Okay, so the expression you can write it here is like the first two indicates there are 5 stars here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, sorry, 5 stars. The first star indicates minutes, right? You want to run this on which minute. Next one indicates hours, which hour. Next one indicates date, which day. Next month, next day, either Sunday or Monday. You can restrict a particular cron expression. Means this polysim should work only if the date comes on Sunday, something like that, right? I want to execute for every minute. Every minute, star means everything. Every minute, every hour means in 24 hours, each every minute means 9-1, 9-2, 9-3, 10-1, 10-2, like that in 24 hours for every minute. And in that every day, from month 31 to 31 to 31st, next month, all 12 months. And even if the day comes, either it is Sunday or Monday, whatever it is, and all the days for each and every minute, I want to execute this one, right? Next, I want to execute only at 12-1. Every minute only at 12 o'clock, right? From 12-1 to 12:59, I want to execute. But after that, I don't want to execute. Only in the 12th hour, for each and every minute, I want to execute this polysim. So how you can write? This is for minutes, right? And this is for hours, right? You change this hours star to 12. 12 means, what does this mean? Every minute in the 12th hour. So do you really mean every minute when you say 12? Perhaps you mean means in the 12th hour, every minute. Understood? So like this, you can write the cron expressions. But in general, we use like this only, h/5. So they have given example also. Every 15 minutes means this one, h/5 means this means what? Every minute, every hour, right? Every minute. I don't want to every minute, every 15 minutes. So you can write 15 by h or h/15. I forgot. h/15. h/15 means in that hour, in that 1 hour, 15 minutes means every hour, but for every 15 minutes. For every 15 minutes, like this, you have to see the examples and find it out. So there is a big history here. You can set the time zone also. I want to set Africa time or UTC time, something like that, right? You can set this. This is the timestamp. You can set it. So as per timestamp, as per US time, you want to set only as per US time at 12 o'clock. I want to schedule. So that zone also you can set it here. Okay, I'll give you one tool. I have it in document or somewhere. I'll give it, or else I'll search it. If you go to the tool and give the selected timings, which when you want to run it, if you click on create cron tab, it will create for you. You can use it and copy paste it. But in general, we'll use this only for every 5 minutes. For every 5 minutes, no one will question you also in the interviews. You just remember for 5 minutes. But just I want to thought of giving you knowledge of the cron expression. I gave it. Understood, guys? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, we have spent unnecessarily wasted a lot of time there. Let's I have it in document or somewhere. I'll check that and I'll give you. Next. So these options I explained. Next. So now inside a job, build environment. Delete workspace before build starts. What is meant by workspace here? var/lib/jenkins/workspace/ job name is there, right? If you want to delete that workspace before, for example, I used polysim for 5 minutes, right? When there is a new change, build will get triggered, right? It starts executing. But before executing that, I want to delete the workspace. Use this. Okay, it will delete that. There are some advanced option also if you want to use, right? In which pattern you want to do that and all. Means only I don't want to delete the entire workspace, only the folders which starts with A. Like that, you can use some expression based on that, it will delete. Next, use secrets and files. Means if you want to use some secrets, means using this, you want to use some secret passwords and usernames, you can create them here for that build. This option is important. What is this one is? Guys, have you observed when I trigger this job for the 16th or 17th time, it failed. Not it failed, it keep on waiting here. It kept on waiting here. It kept on waiting here to deploy into Tomcat. But I don't have Tomcat. Yesterday, I created one Linux server where I installed Tomcat. But today, I executed the same job but that instance is not there. I terminated this instance. So when the job came here, it tried to deploy that var into Tomcat, but Tomcat is not available. Did it immediately stop, throw the error? Did this job immediately throw the error? Tomcat is not reachable like that. Did it throw the error immediately? No. What it did, it waited for some time. Means it did multiple retries. It kept on waiting for the Tomcat. Hey, I'm not able to deploy into Tomcat. I'm not able to reach to Tomcat. After that, immediately it didn't throw error. It waited for around 5 minutes till it tried. It tried a couple of times within that 5 minutes. Then it came to know that Tomcat is not reachable. After that 5 minutes, it threw error. Yes or no? This exception is thrown after some time, not immediately. Yes or no? So what if it is not throwing for even for 1 day? What if my Jenkins is waiting to deploy into Tomcat for 1 day? It is waiting for Tomcat. Tomcat is not available. For now, it threw in error in within 5 minutes. But there are few cases where your job will get stuck. It will not throw error even after 1 day, or even for 1 hour or 5 minutes. It will stuck there. It will keep on waiting. Either it will not get success, it will not get failure. It will be keep on waiting. It will get stuck there, right? So in such cases, if there is a chance that my job is getting stuck at some cases, right? If the job got stuck for 5 minutes, more than 5 minutes, I want to treat it as a failure. So you can check it here. Abort the build, if it gets stuck. Means at one situation, but one situation, if the job got stuck, I want to make it abort. Means I want to stop it and mark it as failure. So how many? Absolutely 3 minutes. Means 3 minutes. I'm giving it as 3 minutes. If the job is got stuck for more than 3 minutes, I want to make it as a failure. Understood? The jobs which got stuck more than some particular time, you can give the timing here. If it got stuck more than these many minutes, then you want to make the job as failure. And what action? If the job gets stuck for more than 5 minutes, what do you want to do? I want to mark the build as failure, fail the build, or else cancel the build. Either you cancel the build or else fail the build. So I want to make the build as failure. So if the job gets stuck, so this job, in the process of taking the code from Git, run Maven and deploy into Tomcat, whatever the steps I have given here, if the job got stuck for more than 3 minutes, then I want to break that job and mark the build as failure. Understood, guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, when I go to console output here, so it is printing everything, but do you know at what time the job has triggered? At what time the job has triggered? At what time Maven build has executed? At what time when it tried to deploy into Tomcat, right? At what time it tried to deploy into Tomcat? Or else if it is failed, at what time it has thrown the error message? Do you have timings here? No, I don't have timing, but I want the timing. Each and every message, whatever printed in the console, for each of that, I want to know the timing. So what you can do is, where is that option here? Here, add timestamps to the console output. If you want the timing, you can enable this. Add timestamps to the console output. Now, in that case, if save it, right? Now I'll build this. For the previous builds, here it will not show the timestamp. Just now you asked to add the time before each and every line. When this line got printed, that line you are asking to print a time before that line. But the previous jobs, it will not show as you enable the option just now. For the next, whatever you are going to build from now, for all the jobs, it will show the timestamp. Now, if I go here, from now onwards, I enabled, right? Add a timestamp. See, for each and everything, when this line got printed, each every second it is printing that time. Understood, guys? But when you enable that option, will it show for previous jobs as well?
No.
No, only just now I enabled this option for this job. For this job, just now I enabled. So from now onwards, for my next builds, it will show the time. Understood? Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next. So this is related to Gradle and this is related to Ant. If you are using Ant, right? Now you want to build your Ant project with particular version of Java, you can select this, but we are not dealing with Ant, you can ignore it. So if you are using, instead of Maven project, if you are using Ant projects, and if you want to build that Ant project with particular version of Java, and if you have configured multiple Java version, then you can select this. But we don't have this, we can ignore. This is for Gradle. So we are not using Gradle also, we can ignore that. And this is for build, right? In the build steps, we'll use how we have to build either clean package or something like that. So post build means after building MVN clean package, executing that, if you want to execute anything, run, if you want to take some actions, right? I want to execute some shell script or something you want to execute, you can select here. But when this post, after build action, post build means what? Build is this, build MVN clean package, executing, this is called as build. This is pre-build. Before executing this goal, automatically Jenkins wants to do something like executing some command or something, you can select this. After executing clean package, immediately if you want to do some action, you can take that action here in the post build actions. Now, when the post build action should happen, when the build is success, when the Maven build is success, or else or unstable, even if the run only if the build succeeds or is stable. Success, for every success, it has to execute, and if it is stable, regardless of the build, even if Maven build fails or success, I want to execute the post build action command, whatever I have given here. Like this, you can do some actions automatically, whatever you have defined here in the pre-build and post-build, Jenkins will do that. Okay. Next, email notifications. We'll do this later. And the post-build actions, like I want to deploy into Tomcat, right? Such things. I want to send email notification. Build means what? Maven build. After Maven build, I want to do what I want to do. I want to deploy into Tomcat. Okay, you select this. You want to do something else based on this option, we can do, but generally we'll do this, deploy to container. So email notification, I'll explain you. If something goes wrong, how to send an email. If everything is fine, ignore. If not, I have to send an email notification like this. What we can do, that email notification part I explain. But regarding other than that, you all got some idea about that options, right? How to use what option and all. Guys, in the job, what are the different options present? What we can use on what scenario? You all understood, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you want to disable a project, you no need to go to configure and disable the project. From here also you can disable project. See, build now will go. This is disabled. If you want to enable, you can disable and enable from here itself. You no need to get inside the job also. Understood, guys? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow we may, okay, let me stop the recording.